Okay, good morning, boys. Yesterday we completed valency bond theory. Some benefits are there that explains structure of divalent molecules. So that is diatomic molecules, and also some benefits, that is how double bond energy is not, why double bond energy is not doubled and triple bond energy is not tripled, by introducing, that is two types of covalent bonds. One is a sigma bond, another one is pi bond. A pi bond is always weaker bond, sigma bond is stronger one. Pi bond is formed only after the formation of sigma bond. Therefore, sigma bond is a primary bond and pi bond is a secondary bond. Pi bond always follows sigma bond. Okay, so even though some that is benefits are there, that is applications are there, but in this theory, in this VBT, also some limitations. So some limitations. So where these limitations? This is the thing to explain the structure of the shapes of some polyatomic molecules. For example, I'm explaining the structure of methane molecule, and it is a CH4 molecule. It is methane. The name of this one is methane. And here, carbon bonded with 4 hydrogen atoms. Carbon bonded with 4 hydrogen atoms. So with a single bond. All these single bonds are sigma bonds. Whenever a single bond is there, that should be sigma bond. All these single bonds are sigma bonds. We expected, they observed. One is all sigma bonds are identical. So observed condition. So here 4 sigma bonds are there. All these 4 sigma bonds are identical. This is observed by the scientists. But according to VBT, these sigma bonds are different. These sigma bonds are different. That means, so VBT not explains the observed conditions. That means VBT fails to explain observed facts. So every theory must follow observed facts. So see here what happened. So carbon, here carbon is atomic number 6. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. It is the ground state electronic configuration. Now it is the inner orbit. Don't consider it. This is the outermost electronic configuration in ground state. Okay. So now I'm going to explain into box method. That is 2s orbital, 2p orbitals. So 2s2, 2p2. This is the ground state, outermost electronic configuration of carbon. It contains only 2 bonds, but carbon always involved in bond formation in its excited stage. So this is 2s electron is excited to 2p orbital because there is empty situation. Okay. Now 4 unpaired electrons are there. So carbon has 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals are unpaired. So total carbon has 4 unpaired electrons are there. 1 from s orbital, 3 from p orbital. 3 unpaired electrons in p orbital, 1 unpaired electron in s orbital. So these 4 unpaired electrons, these orbitals, s orbital and these p orbitals, are involved in bond formation with hydrogen s orbital like this. See here. So carbon has 3 unpaired electrons in 3 p orbitals. That is, it is a px orbital, it is a py orbital, it is a pz orbital. Px, py, pz of carbon having unpaired electron, and also s orbital has unpaired electron. This is s orbital of carbon. These are the p orbitals of carbon. So these are the 4 orbitals with unpaired electrons are possible. Now these 4 orbitals involved in s orbital of hydrogen, so they involved in linear overlapping. So there is a bond, linear overlapping. It is s orbital of hydrogen. This is also s orbital of hydrogen. This is s orbital of hydrogen. There are three bonds. That is, this is the axis. So it is the sigma bond. This is the axis. This is also sigma bond. This is the axis. This is also sigma bond. Here sigma bond by the overlapping of p orbital of carbon and s orbital of hydrogen. That is why this is sp overlapping. This is also sigma sp bond. This is also sigma sp bond. That means three sigma sp bonds are formed here. Next, this is the s orbital of carbon. This is also involved in linear overlapping with hydrogen. So therefore, here also sigma bond is formed. This is a sigma ss bond. Sigma ss bond. That means carbon has a 4 sigma bonds. Among these 4 sigma bonds, so 3 are sp overlapping. 1 is ss overlapping. That means 3 bonds are one type and 1 bond is a different type. That means according to VBT, all bonds are not same. They are indifferent. So 3 orbitals are 3 bonds are sigma sp orbital bonding and 1 is a sigma ss bonding. That means these are not identical. These are different. But we observe all the 4 bonds in methane are same. All the 4 bonds in methane are same. So why this is not explained by VBT? Okay, to explain the type of molecules hybrid that is shaped. So Pauling introduced a new hypothetical concept. That is because VBT is mainly extended by Pauling and number of molecules observed. That is this concept is applied to number of molecules, that is by Pauling. So Pauling introduced an imaginary topic. So there is no practical evidences, but all the concepts clearly explain the shapes of molecules and that imaginary concept is hybridization. That imaginary concept is hybridization. So who proposed this hybridization? That is by Pauling and it. Pauling proposed this concept and so it is the imaginary concept. So what he explained, how he explained the shape of methane molecule. So all the molecules, all the bonds in methane are identical. How he explained. So before going to that, so what is the hybridization? So what are the facts in hybridization? What are the characteristic points in hybridization? So what most important postulates in hybridization we should learn. So for that purpose, I am taking hybridization concepts. So after completion of the hybridization introduction, so we will explain how these 4 bonds are identical. We will explain. See here. So this is the failure of this VBT concept. It is the failure of VBT concept. To overcome this, new concept is hybridization. What is hybridization? According to Pauling, intermixing of atomic orbitals of same atom having almost the same energy intermixing of atomic orbitals of same atom having almost the same energy and produce. So it is the process of intermixing of atomic orbitals of same atom having almost the same energy and produce same number of new orbitals having same energy and shape same energy, that's enough for you. Having same energy is called hybridization. and the newly formed orbitals are called, and the newly formed orbitals are called hybrid orbitals. And newly formed orbitals are called as hybrid orbitals. So what is this hybridization? It is a process of intermixing, mixing of one orbital to another end. Okay. So atomic orbitals of different shapes may be different shaped. Different shapes may be possible. Atomic orbitals of same atom. So from the same atom, that to central atom. Same atom means it is a central atom. Hybridization is possible only at the central atom. Having almost the same energy, it is very, very important, boys. So orbitals having not same energy, almost the same energy, not exactly same. Orbitals having almost the same energy and produce the same number of new orbitals are produced. So having same energy, almost the same energetical orbitals are involved in mixing and produce the same energetical orbitals. So same energetical orbital is called as in a having same energy in a particular shape. So all those orbitals comes in a particular shape is called as hybridization, and the newly formed orbitals are called as hybrid orbitals. So what is this? What is this nonsense? So see here. So there is s orbital. I am taking s orbital. So this is s orbital nucleus. There is a p orbital. P orbital is dumbbell shape. Let us take p orbital. So these two orbitals of same atom are involved in mixing. So how many orbitals are involved in mixing? This one plus this one. Two orbitals are involved in mixing. Two orbitals. These two orbitals have almost the same energy. And produce same number of new orbitals. Two new orbitals are produced. And produce two new orbitals. These two new orbitals have same shape and having same energy and arranged in a particular shape. So how many orbitals are involved in mixing? Two orbitals. For example, three orbitals are mixed, three new orbitals. Four orbitals are mixed, four new orbitals. So number of orbitals mixed is equal to number of newly formed orbitals. These mixed orbitals have almost the same energy, but newly formed orbitals have same energy. These are almost the same energy, those are same energy. So these have different shapes, but those have same shape. So those are arranged not individually, they are in a particular shape. That is the shape of the molecule. So these orbitals are called as, these newly formed orbitals are called as hybrid orbitals. Those newly formed orbitals are called as hybrid orbitals. These hybrid orbitals are represented by using a small lobe and a big globe. Unequal lobes. So this is a small lobe and big globe. This is nothing but hybrid orbital. This is nothing but hybrid orbital. So this is equal lobes, my dear boys. So equal lobes are here. So equal lobes are used here. Equal lobes, that means pure p orbital. So these are unequal lobes. Unequal lobes. These unequal lobes are nothing but hybrid orbitals. Whenever in the diagram, wherever or whenever in a diagram, unequal lobes are used. So those unequal orbitals, lobed orbitals are hybrid orbitals. Equal lobes are used. Those are nothing but pure orbitals. So this type of orbitals, that is here two new orbitals. This type of new orbitals are formed. three mixed, this type of three new orbitals are formed. These new orbitals are called as hybrid orbitals. So these are, so two are formed. So those two orbitals are in a particular shape end. So see here, if two orbitals are coming out, so this is one orbital. This is another orbital. So it is another one orbital. This is another one orbital. These two orbitals are arranged in a particular shape. So these are arranged in a linear shape. So this is taken as hybrid orbitals. Hybrid orbitals. These hybrid orbitals are not individual. These are arranged themselves in a particular shape, so as the repulsion between the orbitals is less. In this case, these are apart from each other, so automatically the repulsion between these two orbitals is very, very less. That is the stable shape of the molecule. That is the stable shape of the orbitals. So hybrid orbitals always see my point, hybrid orbitals always having same shape and so arranged in a particular shape, this is very, very important. Okay, so now discuss how many different types of hybridations are there. Okay, depending on the orbitals mixing, different hybridations are there. Okay, so before going to that, what are the important characteristics of this hybrid orbitals? So see here, in mixing, first point, in mixing, only orbitals are participated in. Only orbitals are participated, not electrons, not protons, etc. Only orbitals are there, those orbitals are going to be mixed. So those orbitals may contain, these orbitals may contain unpaired electrons or paired electrons or no electrons. So electrons are there or not? So if electrons are there, those are unpaired electrons or pair of electrons. Well, whatever it may be the situation, those orbitals are participated in the mixing. Only orbitals are involved in the mixing, not electrons, protons, and neutrons. Like that. Atoms are not involved in mixing end. Atoms are not involved in the mixing end. So orbitals of the atom are involved in the mixing end. Orbitals of the atom are involved in the mixing end. So this is very, very important point. Orbitals of the atom. Next, orbitals having almost the same energy level. That is, are involved in mixing energy. Orbitals having almost the same energy are involved in mixing. See my dear boys, almost the same energy means orbitals of same orbit are involved in mixing. Same orbitals have almost the same energy. Different orbits not possible. So 2s, second orbit is there, 2s, 2p are only involved in mixing energy. Third orbit is there, 3s, 3p, 3d may involved in the mixing energy, not from 2 and. Okay, so this is very, very important, almost the same energy. Next one, newly formed orbitals are arranged in a particular shape. Newly formed orbitals arranged in a particular shape, which is the shape of the molecule. And orbitals shape, hybrid orbitals shape. Newly formed orbitals are nothing but hybrid orbitals. And hybrid orbitals are arranged in a particular shape. That shape is the shape of the molecule. And therefore, hybrid orbital shape is the molecule shape. Molecule shape. Okay, so that means the shape of the molecule is decided by hybrid orbitals. Those hybrid orbital shape is decided by type of hybridization. Those hybrid orbitals are decided by type of hybridization. It is very, very important. Okay, next one. So these are the important points towards mixing any. So here hybridization is the number of types depending on the orbitals involved in the mixing. So those are sp hybridization, sp2, sp3, sp4. These are, that is different hybridizations are possible. See, what are the types of hybridizations? Listen carefully. This is very, very important. Everywhere appeared in your chemistry. And so without this hybridization, there is no chemistry. Without this hybridization, there is no chemistry. Please learn carefully. Okay. Now, types of hybridization. Depending on the orbitals involved in mixing, different types of hybridizations are possible. Different types of hybridizations are possible. One is mixing of one s orbital and one p orbital, that gives sp hybridization. One s orbital and one p orbital of the same element involved in mixing. The type of mixing is called as sp hybridization. Okay. So next, second one s orbital and two p orbitals are involved in mixing. That gives sp2 hybridization. These two are small letters y. Next, third one s orbital, three p orbitals are involved in mixing. That gives sp3 hybridization. So mixing of one s orbital, three p orbitals is equal to sp3 hybridization. Next, fourth one, mixing of one s orbital, two p orbitals, one d orbital. One d orbital, s orbital, two p orbitals. This is called as dsp2 hybridization. dsp2 hybridization. Similarly, that is next one d orbital, one s orbital, one p orbital, p orbital. That is dsp3 hybridization. dsp3 hybridization. Next, two d orbitals, one s orbital, three p orbitals are involved in mixing. That is d2sp3 hybridization. d2sp3 hybridization. Next, one s orbital, three p orbitals, three d orbitals are involved in mixing. That gives sp3d3 hybridization. So these are the different types of hybridization. That is depending on mixing of different orbitals. Okay, so these are very, very important. Okay, so sp hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp3 hybridization, dsp2 hybridization, dsp3 hybridization, d2sp3 hybridization, sp3d3 hybridization. These are the possibilities. These are the possibilities. So we will explain in our syllabus. So this one are there. Total 5 hybridations are there. Remaining we will discuss later in the coming topics. So, but in our there is chemical bonding, these are the only possibilities. So dsp3 or sp3 hybridization, which is also we're taking as sp3d hybridization also. This is also named as sp3d hybridization. This is also named as sp3d2 hybridization. Also called as. Okay, so we are going to discuss one by one. See, my dear boys, here if z-axis is the molecular axis, that means our molecule is aligned along z-axis, molecular axis. So if z-axis is the molecular axis, now what are those orbitals involved in mixing? So we have S has only one orbital. P has, so S has only one orbital. P has Px orbital, Py orbital, Pz orbital are there. D has dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square y square, dz square. Total 5 orbitals are there for d orbitals. For d subenergy level. Okay, for P subenergy level is Px, Py, Pz are there. For S subenergy level only S orbital is there. Okay, any one of these. So S orbital, Py, Px may be involved, Py may be involved, Pz may be involved. So what are those orbitals involved in mixing in different cases? What are those orbitals? So see here. So here molecular axis is Z axis. Always Z orbital involved in the priority cases. So see here. In sp hybridization, S orbital and Pz orbital is involved in the mixing. So Pz orbital involved in the mixing. So that means in sp hybridization, S orbital and Pz, not Px, Py. Pz orbital involved in the mixing. So this is the possibility. Next one, in sp2 case, S orbital, Pz orbital. So this second P is Py or Pz orbital in mixing. Either Py orbital or Pz orbital. One should be Pz. Another one is either Py or Px. Py or Px may involved in the mixing. Next, sp3 case, all these P orbitals, that is S orbital, Pz, Py, Px orbitals are involved in mixing. S, Pz, Py, Px. Px, Py, Pz, all these three types of orbitals are mixed. But objective side, these conditions are very important. Objective side, these conditions are very important. In dsp2 hybridization, this is dx square y square. It is dx square. It is s orbital. Now p orbital is one is px, another one is py orbital. Not pz involved here. So dx square y square. This is xy. This is also xy. Dx square y square. S orbital, px and py orbital of the same atom are involved in mixing. Next, dsp3 or sp3d. dsp3 or sp3d. That is, see here. So d orbital is dz square, orbital, s orbital, px, py, pz orbitals are involved in mixing. Px, py, pz orbitals are involved in mixing. So here, in this case, dz square, if it is involved in the case, so the shape of this bond is trigonal bipyramidal shape, and those orbital shape is trigonal bipyramidal shape. And the shape of those orbitals, in case of trigonal bipyramidal shape, the dsp3 hybridization, the orbitals involved in mixing is dz square, s orbital, px, py, and pz orbitals. Px, py, and pz orbitals. So for example, if in case of dz square, dx square y square is involved in the mixing. Now the same shape is that is square pyramidal shape. And square pyramidal shape. So that means sp3d hybridization gives two types of shapes. That is the trigonal bipyramidal shape, that is the square pyramidal shape. So in case of trigonal bipyramidal shape, the involved d orbital is the dz square. In case of square pyramidal shape, the involved d orbital is the dx square y square. If dx square y square involved in the mixing, that is square pyramidal shape. If dz square involved in the mixing, that gives trigonal bipyramidal shape. Next, d2sp3. d2sp3 means, so here it is dx square y square, dz square, px, PZ orbitals are in mixing end. Px, Py, Pz orbitals are involved in mixing. Next, here S orbital, Px, Py, Pz, Dxy, Dyz, Dxz orbitals are involved in mixing end. So these are the different orbitals involved in mixing. So if sp hybridization is taking place, the shape of the orbitals is a linear end. So mind it, my dear boys. Wherever sp hybridization takes place, the shape of the orbitals is linear. Therefore, the molecule shape is also linear. sp2 is there, that is trigonal planar shape end. Trigonal planar shape. sp3 is there. sp3 is there. It is a tetrahedral shape end. Tetrahedral shape. dsp2 is there, that is square planar shape end. Square planar shape. sp3d is there. There is two types of shapes. One is trigonal bipyramidal, another one is square pyramidal. So trigonal pyramidal is that is a dz square involvement. Square pyramidal case, dx square y square is involved in the case set. Okay. Next one. So sp3d2 is there. That is octahedral shape end. Octahedral shape. This is pentagonal bipyramidal shape end. So depending on the that is hybridization, shapes of the molecules we can predict. Shapes of the orbitals. So my dear boys, please take a snapshot. So screenshot. So this is very, very, very important. Please take a screenshot. Very, very important. Otherwise, there is no doubt, no problem. Okay. So what are those orbitals involved in mixing? Number of times asked could be 10. So it is Px orbital, Py orbital. These are totally memory based concepts. Try to by heart it. Try to by heart it in our chemistry study hour. Okay. So now I am taking one by one example. So one by one hybridization with an example. One by one, each and every hybridization with an example. So see here. Now, the first one is sp hybridization. sp hybridization. What is this sp hybridization? sp means one s orbital and one p orbital of central atom involved in mixing and produce a new orbitals and two new orbitals. So see here. The process of intermixing of one s orbital and one p orbital. These two are involved in mixing and produce two new orbitals called as sp hybrid orbitals, called as sp hybrid orbitals. And the process is called as sp hybridization. How many new hybrid orbitals are formed here? Two new orbitals. So those two new orbitals are called as sp hybrid orbitals. sp hybrid orbitals. See, my dear boys, one s orbital. S orbital has a spherical shape, so it is s orbital, and one p orbital. So this p orbital has a dumbbell shape. These two involved in mixing and produce same number of new orbitals. Those new orbitals are hybrid orbitals. Hybrid orbitals are indicated with one big lobe and one small lobe. That is first orbital, and the second orbital is this one. This is second orbital. So therefore, the shape of these new hybrid orbitals is linear, just like a line. These are arranged. So between these two hybrid orbitals, the angle is 180 degrees. The angle is 180 degrees. So here the shape is linear and linear. That is why this hybridization is called as linear hybridization also. So sp hybridization is also called as linear hybridization because those hybrid orbitals are arranged themselves in linear way. Because at that position only those two hybrid orbitals have less repulsion cell. Okay. So here this hybrid orbital, this see here, this hybrid orbital is the combination of S and Bn. That means this hybrid orbital has both S character and P character is there. That hybrid orbital has both S character and P character. How much is there? So one S orbital, one P orbital, total percentage is 100. So in this 100, half for this one, half for this one. Therefore, so 100 by 2 50 50% for this one, 50% for this one. Therefore, this hybrid orbital has 50% S character, 50% P character. 50% S character and 50% P character, or half S character, half P character. 1 by 2 S character, 1 by 2 P character. So that is in fractions. This is in percentages. Okay. So this is very, very important. So in sp hybridization, the S percentage is 50, P percentage is also 50. P percentage is also 50. So the best example for this hybridization are BeCl2, beryllium chloride, CO2, C2H2, all these are the examples for sp hybridization. Whenever sp hybridization is involved, the shape of those molecules is equal to linear shape. The shape of those orbitals is equal to linear shape. So where hybridization is taking place, sir? Where hybridization is taking place? So hybridization is possible only at the central atom of the molecule. Central atom of the molecule. That too in the outermost orbital. So orbitals present in the outermost orbit of the central atom are involved in hybridization. So these hybrid orbitals, whatever it may be the hybrid orbitals, these hybrid orbitals can form only sigma bond, no pi bonds. Whenever hybrid orbital is involved in the bond formation, that should be sigma bond. A hybrid orbital cannot form pi bond. Okay, sigma bond only gives shape of the molecule. Pi bond doesn't decide because it is a secondary bond. Pi bond doesn't decide the shape of the hybridization. Okay, so this is very, very important. So this is linear hybridization. sp hybridization is also called as linear hybridization because the shape is linear. Now with an example, what is the example here? See here. sp hybridization examples are first one BeCl2, beryllium dichloride. Beryllium dichloride. It is BeCl2. Now, in this molecule, the central atom is beryllium. So beryllium. In beryllium, hybridization is possible. So what is this? See here. Beryllium atomic number Z is equal to 4. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p0. 1s2, 2s2, 2p0. So it is inner orbit. This is outer orbit. So this is inner orbit. That is outer orbit. So it is the ground state outermost electronic configuration of beryllium. Now I am giving orbital picture. So this is a 2s orbital. This is a 2p orbital. Second orbit has a p orbital training. So 2p orbital. 2s2, 2p0. But in excited state, so this electron is jumping from here to here. In excited state. So now this is s orbital. This is p orbital. So these two orbitals are involved in mixing end. So that is 2s orbital and 2p orbital involved in mixing. This particularly pz orbital. pz orbital of the 2p involved in mixing. So therefore, so it is the 2s orbital of beryllium having one unpaired electron. Next, 2p orbital, that is the pz orbital of beryllium that has also one unpaired electron. These two involved in mixing that gives two sp hybrid orbitals in a particular shape having unpaired electrons. This is for beryllium. So beryllium has these two hybrid orbitals with unpaired electrons. Not these. Now these are involved in the overlapping. These orbitals are involved in overlapping during the bond formation. So that means from central atom always hybrid orbitals are involved in the bond formation. Always. So those hybrid orbitals give sigma bonds only, not pi bonds. And whenever pi bonds are involved, whenever pi bonds are there only pure p orbitals are involved in the mixing. Involved in the pi bond formation. See here, this is beryllium case here. So from beryllium side, these are the side. So now this beryllium bonded to chlorine. Chlorine has p orbital in. So now so from beryllium side, I am taking this is sp hybrid orbital of beryllium, another sp hybrid orbital of beryllium. So these are arranged linearly with an angle 180 degrees. So it is the unpaired electron from beryllium. It is so this is all about beryllium. This is sp hybrid orbital. This is also sp hybrid orbital. And two sp hybrid orbitals are formed from beryllium. So these orbitals involved in linear overlapping with p orbitals of chlorine. Chlorine side p orbitals are. So from chlorine, pure p orbitals are involved. And because that is not central atom, hybridization is not participated. So here no hybridization is there. Pure p orbitals are involved in mixing. Pure p orbitals are designated with equal loads. That is, so see here. This is pure p orbital having its unpaired electron. It is from chlorine side. This is another pure p orbital. So it is its chlorine. It is a chlorine end. So now the bond is here end. This is the shape end. Now it is beryllium. It is one chlorine. It is chlorine. It is BeCl2. Here overlapping is possible. Here direct overlapping possible. That's why it is sigma bonding. That sigma bonding sp hybrid orbital of beryllium, pure p orbital of chlorine. Therefore it is sigma sp p bond. This is also sigma sp p bond. Now what is the shape of this beryllium? BeCl2. So it is directly linear shape. The shape of this one is linear shape with an angle 180 degrees. So hybrid orbital's angle is equal to molecular angle. Hybrid orbital shape is equal to molecular shape. Therefore, so what is the shape of BeCl2 molecule? Linear, having bond angle 180 degrees. So this is about beryllium chloride. Now, second example. That is CO2 molecule. sp hybridization, the second example, best example is CO2 molecule. So what about this CO2? Here, central atom is equal to carbon. Here only hybridization takes place, not from oxygen side. Only from hybridization, carbon has hybridization. Now, carbon atomic number is Z is equal to 6. Its outermost electronic configuration 2s2 2p2. So that is 2s orbital and 2p orbital. 2s orbital 2p orbital. So 2s orbital 2s2 2p2. So carbon involved in hybrid mixing, always involved in bond formation in excited state. This is the excited outermost electronic configuration of carbon. Excited outermost electronic configuration of carbon. So now from this carbon, so these are the only two orbitals. So s orbital and this orbital involved in mixing, these two orbitals not involved. These two orbitals not involved in hybridization. Only these two orbitals, it is a 2s orbital, it is a 2pz orbital. Those two orbitals involved in mixing. So see here and produce. So sp hybrid orbital. So this is sp hybrid orbital of one carbon for first one. It is the second sp hybrid orbital of carbon. So it is a hybrid orbital. That is the sp hybrid orbital. This is also sp hybrid orbital. These are the two sp hybrid orbitals of carbon. So, but carbon also contains two pure orbitals. These are not involved. Therefore, it is pure p orbitals. Carbon also contains pure p orbitals. Those pure p orbitals are these. This is, that is, one is px, another one is py. So this is px orbital. It has one unpaired electron. Next, pz orbital. Pz orbital. It has one unpaired electron. This is all about carbon. So those black lobes are hybrid orbitals. So blue and red lobes are pure p orbitals. Pure p orbitals of carbon. So these hybrid orbitals also have unpaired electrons. So these are also having unpaired electrons. This is about carbon, my dear boys. This is about carbon. Now this carbon connected with two oxygens. Oxygen atomic number is 8. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. It is inner orbit not involved. So 2s2, 2p4 means it is a 2s orbital, 2s2, 2p4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has two unpaired electrons. So let it be pz. So this is px and py. Px and py. So that means these are pure p orbitals. Pure p orbitals of oxygen. One oxygen has two pure p orbitals. One oxygen has two pure p orbitals, but two oxygens are there. So first oxygen has two pure p orbitals. Second oxygen also has two pure p orbitals. So now I am drawing those pure p orbitals here. So 1, 1 pure p orbital equal load standing, having with unpaired electron involved in linear overlapping. This is sigma bond, sigma sp and p ending. Next, it has one more pure p orbital, that is this one ending, having its unpaired electron. It is from oxygen side. Next, second, one more oxygen is there. That is, so second oxygen. This is the pure p orbital of second carbon, second oxygen. It has its unpaired electron. And also, one more pure p orbital is there. That one more pure p orbital is like this. Like this. It is its unpaired electron. It is its unpaired electron. Now, so these two red lobes, pure p orbitals, are in the same plane. So that is why these two are involved in sidewise overlapping, boys. That gives a pi bond. That bond is pi pp bond. P orbital of carbon, p orbital of oxygen. Now, two blue orbitals so are in the same line, that is a parallel. These two are involved in sidewise overlapping. These two are involved in sidewise overlapping. This is also gives a pi bond. That pi bond is p orbital and p orbital, and it is from oxygen. It is from oxygen. So this is about CO2 molecule. This is about CO2 molecule here. So see here. Here linear overlapping, these are the bond formation, these are the sigma bonds. Sigma bonds only gives shape of the molecule. So this is sigma sp and p bond. This is also sigma sp and p bonds. So what happened here? Carbon first bonded with oxygen with the sigma bond. This is sigma sp and p. And one more bonded with oxygen. This is also sigma sp and p. So there is a pi bond between them. It is a pi pp bond. There is one more pi bond between them. It is also pi pp bond. Now the total molecule is in linear shape. Therefore, it is a linear molecule. It is a linear molecule. All sigma bonds are in straight lines. So it is linear molecule. Bond angle is 180 degrees. Bond angle is 180 degrees. So it is CO2 molecule sp hybridization. CO2 molecule sp hybridization, very, very important, but actually in hybridization it is not in syllabus, but in other cases, other that is in 14th group element, this may available. So already I completed here. So this is about CO2. So all sigma bonds are in linear. Only shape is decided with sigma bonds. Only shape is decided with sigma bonds. That's why linear is the shape. So this is the shape of CO2 molecule. Okay. Next. Next example for sp hybridization. For sp hybridization, next is C2H2. It is commonly called as ethine, or it is IUPAC name is ethine. A common name is acetylene. Common name is acetylene. Now, what happened? How to explain this concept? Now, see here. In C2H2, carbon is the central atom. That means two carbons are central atoms. Both the carbon atoms are in central atoms. So carbon, atomic number 6, outermost electronic configuration, that too excited outermost electronic configuration, 2s, 2p and already I completed previous concept, in previous concept, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. It is the excited outermost electronic configuration. Excited outermost electronic configuration of carbon. Okay. So among these four unpaired orbitals with four unpaired electrons, this one and this one involved in overlapping hybridization. These two orbitals are involved in hybridization. These two orbitals are not involved in hybridization. Even the orbitals are there, those may involved in mixing or may not be involved in mixing. That is depending on the situation, right? Okay. So only these two orbitals involved in mixing, these two are not. That is why these two orbitals are called as pure p orbitals. That means carbon has two pure p orbitals. Carbon has two pure p orbitals. So these two orbitals involved in one s orbital and one p orbital involved in mixing. That gives sp hybridization. So that means the two sp hybrid orbitals from carbon side will reproduce. That is why. So this is sp hybrid orbital of first carbon and also second sp hybrid orbital of first carbon. Okay. So these two orbitals having unpaired electron. Unpaired electron. Okay. Next, carbon has two pure p orbitals. So this is one pure p orbital of carbon having unpaired electron. Next, this is another pure p orbital of same carbon with one unpaired electron. So this is a hybrid orbital. This is a hybrid orbital. It is a pure orbital. It is a pure orbital. Pure orbital. Two hybrid orbitals and two pure orbitals. So same situation is also applicable for second carbon also. So two carbons are there, both the carbons are in the same situation. Second carbon also involved in the same thing. So see here. So this is sp hybrid orbital of second carbon. One more sp hybrid orbital of second carbon. It is its unpaired electron. It is its unpaired electron. So this gives a linear overlapping. That is a sigma bond. It is sp hybrid orbital. It is sp hybrid orbital. This is a sigma sp hybrid bond. Next, this carbon also having two pure p orbitals, just like in previous case. This is a pure p orbital having unpaired electron, and one more pure p orbital having unpaired electron. Unpaired electron. This is from second carbon. This is from first carbon. Okay. So both the carbons have one hybrid orbital free end with unpaired electron. These are involved in hydrogen s orbitals. So this is s orbital of hydrogen. S orbital has spherical shape. It is hydrogen. So it is a linear overlapping. Whenever s orbital is involved, there should be sigma bond. So it is sp hybrid orbital, and this is s orbital. Next, it is from hydrogen. Second hydrogen are equally distributed. Here also hydrogen. So here also sigma bond. It is sp and s orbital. So that means so sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond. Three sigma bonds are formed. Now these two red orbitals are in parallel. These two are involved in sideways overlapping. That gives a pi bond. That is a pi pp bond. Next, two blue orbitals are parallel. These two are involved in sideways overlapping and gives a pi bond, which is also pi pp bond and pi pp bond. Now the shape of sigma bond is this is sigma bond. This is along this. This is one more sigma bond. This is one more sigma bond. The sigma bond shape is linear. Therefore, the shape of this molecule is linear with bond angle 180 degrees. It is about C2H2 ethene or acetylene. Ethene or acetylene. It is very, very, very important. So once again, I am telling to you, see here. So these are the two sp hybrid orbitals of first carbon. These are the two sp hybrid orbitals of second carbon. So one sp orbital of both the carbon atoms are involved in linear overlapping and gives sigma sp bond. So remaining two hybrid orbitals are involved in linear overlapping with s orbital of hydrogen and s orbital of hydrogen because two hydrogens are bonded to here. Next, both the carbon atoms have two pure p orbitals. These are involved in sideways overlapping that gives two pi bonds. So overall, the structure is different. So this is carbon, this is carbon. Between them, first
చెప్పండి ఎక్కడికో
okay. So this is carbon, between them, first a sigma bond is formed. That sigma bond is sigma sp bond. After that, so this carbon is bonded with this carbon and is bonded. This is sigma sp this sigma sp bonded. After that, here two pi are formed. So that is between carbon and carbon, total 3 bonds are. These two are 5 bonds. These two are 5 bonds. Therefore, between carbon and carbon, there is 3 bonds. And these 2 or 5 bonds. So entire molecule. This is acetylene molecule, guys. This is acetylene molecule. In this acetylene molecule, there is 3 small bonds, 2 pi bonds. Acetylene molecule, 3 sigma bonds, 2 bonds. And these 3 sigma bonds, one is sigma sp bond, 2 are sigma sp bond. This is sigma sp bond, 2 are sigma ss bonds. So 2 pi bonds are there. These 2 pi bonds are as a cell routing of P and these are as pi p bond. This is the shape of acetylene molecule. This is shape of acetylene molecule. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. Okay. So now, so it is about hybridization. Next one, that is sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. So it is the intersection of one orbital, 2 orbitals in it. It is s orbital of central lamp and p orbital and one more p orbital. Total 3 hours according mixing. S orbital 2 p orbitals, which is called as sp2 hybridization. How many new orbitals will produce? It is 3 orbitals produced. So all those 3 orbitals have big lobe and one small lobe. So see, this is one hybrid orb. This is one hybrid orbital. This is one more hybrid orbital. These are the sp2 hybrid orbitals. sp2 hybrid orbitals. These are the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. Now, so this is second third. These are in, it is trigonal planar shape. This is trigonal planar shape. With any 2 hybrid orbitals, all hybrids having equal distance, that is angle 120 degrees. 120 degrees. So the shape of 3 hybrids is trigonal planar. The shape is so whenever molecule involves sp2 hybridization, its shape is automatically trigonal planar shape. In our research, the great examples are that is BCl3 molecule, then C2H4 molecule. These are the molecules so which comes under sp2 hybridization. One by one, I will explain. So first of all, B is BCl2, BCl3, boron chloride, boron trifluoride, BCl, boron trichloride, BFP, boron trifluoride, boron. They will say examples. Okay. Now I am explaining BCl3. So similarly applicable for BFP. Boron trichloride. The same atom is boron. Its atomic number is 5. Atomic is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So it is an orbit not involved in formation. Contains 3 electrons. Now I am going to read the box method. It is 2s orbital. It is 2p orbital. So having 2 unpaired electrons and 1 unpaired one. Okay. So as I will explain my advice. So in addition, it's like this. So these 3 orbitals involve mixing. 1 carbon, 2 pr, this one and this one. That gives sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. In sp2 hybridization, so s orbital 2p does that. That means it is the 100%. So 3 means 103. That is 33.3. So one orbital, this one has 33.3%. This one having 33.3. This one also having 33.3. There as 33%. P combination is to 66%. Okay. So sp2 hybridization, S has third and we has 2 fraction. 1 and third fraction. That is 33% or 6.6%. 6.66%. Next one. Okay. sp2 hybridization. So see here. First one, second, third one. So these three having unpaired electrons. Three unpaired electrons. It is okay. Now these are in linear overlapping with p orbitals of chlorine. P orbitals of chlorine. So this is pure p orbital of chlorine having unpaired electron. This is pure p orbital of chlorine having its unpaired electron. Next, this is also pure orbital of chlorine having this unpaired electron. Pure orbital. So here a bond formed on the axis. It is on the axis. This is also on the axis. Now it is sigma sp2 p bond. It is our sigma sp2 p bond. This is sigma sp2 p bond. So between two bonds there is an angle 120 degrees. It is trigonal planar shape. It has trigonal shape. This is the fluorine also. Yes, the fluorine, that is the BF. So fluorines are always bitter. From hydroxide, always ascorbic. Please try to mind. Please try to mind it. Okay. This is BCl3. This is BCl3.